Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, and cosmic energy reader. And I am excited to be here today. I'd like to take a moment to remind you to share, like, and comment on today's show. And also note that we are on Roku, so you can catch us and do marathons for that matter. And I'd like to take a moment just to give a shout out to my advertising sponsors. We'll start with Simpson, who is our intuitive business guide, helps women transform their business so they can be the best version of themselves. Then we have Susan Joy Metro. She is a health educator, nurse educator rather. She's also a Reiki practitioner and an author of two amazing books. Both books are available on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. The first book is called Visions. The second one is The Lucky Star Fish. And again, both books can be purchased on Amazon or Barnes & Nobles. And then we have Gail Nicholson. She is a resilience coach and metaphysical practitioner who helps veterans and survivors of other adverse experiences remove drama from past traumas and live happier and more successful lives. To connect with her, reach her 623-336-8202. And I also want to give a big shout out to Bobby, who makes all of this possible every week, day in and day out. So let's get this energy flowing, because we have a lot of energy going on in the air right now. One of our planets, planet Pluto, just retrograde yesterday, and planet Pluto is responsible for transformations, deaths, and beginnings. So with all that's going on in this world right now, I want to help you get grounded and restore your energy and rejuvenate your energy to find peace, calmness, and joy in this time. So I'm going to shuffle up the cards. I'm going to ask to invite you to just place your feet on the floor, close your eyes, and take a breath. And in the space of taking a breath, I'd just like you to perhaps ask yourself a question that you may want guidance on, or perhaps not. Just let's see what the universe has to offer you. So here we go. Our card for today. The card's in reverse. When a card shows up in reverse, it's letting you know that the message is important for you to hear it, but you might also have a little bit of resistance behind it. And the message is all about listening and your truth. The listening portion is about really sitting quietly and listening to your guides and spirit guides, angels, and loved ones provide you with answers to questions you've been asking. Whether you're asking those questions out loud or in your mind, they are there to support you. The other part of this is all about the truth. Are you being truthful to yourself? What stories are you actually telling yourself day to day just to get through your day? It's important to be truthful and honest with yourself, to be authentic. And as you are authentic and truthful, you will find that your throat chakra will begin to open and get activated, because you're actually speaking into truth. The chakra associated with this card is solar plex. The solar plex is all about allowing you to trust your intuition and also feeling secure and abundant in this time. Your number is 3. The 3 energy is all about creating and also communicating. And as we said, again, when we come down to the point of listening and speaking your truth, it's very important to do just that. As you communicate, you want to be speaking your truth authentically, and make sure when you do speak your truth, you are speaking with compassion and love, not being rude about it, because sometimes that can come out that way when we are speaking our truth. So think before you speak and be authentic about what it is you are sharing. And know that in this space, you are being guided by your higher self. So that's our message for today. And I do hope that you found that today's card reading resonated with you in one way or another. And for those of you who are interested in getting your own reading, you can reach out to me, send me an email at healingwithin76@gmail.com. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I already have one of my guests here, and we'll get right into her. But we'll be right back.
This is Terry Skelly of TerriSkelly.com, and I work with high-achieving women who want to be even more powerful. My specialty is in the inner game and helping them really get to that place where they're living their brilliance and expressing their soul's work in the world. You can reach me at TerriSkelly.com or 602-369-0091. Bye now.
Hi there, my name is Sherry Simpson. As an intuitive business guide, I help female service-based business owners to grow their business using their intuition, helping you to release the blocks and limits preventing your growth and allowing you to get the aligned action steps to take to grow your business. You can reach me at Sherry at SherrySimpson.com, SHERRI at SherrySimpson, SIMPSON.com. I look forward to helping you grow your business soon. Namaste.
Hello and welcome back. For those of you just joining me, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. I'd like to remind you to share, like, and comment on today's show. And remember, we are on Roku, so you can catch us today and thereafter. I'd like to introduce my guest today. I'm really excited to have this guest on. I've been trying to get this guest on my show for quite some time. She's an amazing, amazing person. She is a business coach and a mindset expert. And I want to emphasize on that mindset expert because she is an expert. And Theresa Skelly, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. It's great to be here. Happy Sunday.
Yes, yes. Happy Sunday to you too. So we're going to dive right in because we do have 12 minutes and we have a lot to cover.
Go.
And 12 minutes on the show goes fast. So in regards to your book, because you've written a book, and the book's name is called Love-Based Mission, How to Create a Business That Serves Your Soul. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. That's a gorgeous book. Yes. And I think there's probably a video of your, a photo of your book too with you.
Thank you.
So to start off with, how did you come up with the book? What made you write this book?
Actually, it's a second book because I was going to write a different book, and I wrote the book and it sucked. It just wasn't very good. And so, and I had a lot of stuff in my life at the time, and what I was doing is I was kind of phoning it in. I was going for the word count. And my publisher was like, look, if you're going to write a book about transformation, you have to allow the transformation to happen in your life.
Yes.
So sometimes, you're too close to it. You don't know what's in you. And so, kind of going back and forth with my friend publisher, I just was like, oh my God, that's it. Like, I'm all about helping people get their missions out in the world. Like, that's my great work. And so then I wrote the book because I was in the place to write the book, and it's kind of what I do all the time anyway. But it's funny, like, it's right in front of you, you don't even know oftentimes. So
yes, definitely.
5 years in the making. This thing took 5 years because I kept stopping and starting and being on the wrong path. And so this is a labor of love.
Yes. And actually it leads right into my next question. In reference to writing this book, was it hard for you to write this book? And what challenges did you encounter during writing this book?
So I'm going to reference the first book I wrote. The first book I wrote, I had a good book coach. I had things, but I wasn't in the place to write it. And so I was so focused on like the end, I think it's a good message. Are we focused just on the end result, or are we focused on who do I have to be to make that happen? So this book, I actually flew out to New York, and actually New Jersey, but anyways, close enough to New York. We flew out to New Jersey, hung out with one of my best friends, and she literally coached out of me my thesis statement, each of the chapters. And so then when I had that, I had the thing that I could start from, right? I'm not a person that can just go, oh, there's my book, right? I needed a little bit of structure. And then I just started writing. Now, the thing that's funny is people really love it, right? And I'm just like, really? And I don't diminish myself because I've got a lot of, me, I'm pretty cocky. I've got a lot of good confidence. But
yes, you sure do.
Yeah, but when you're in it all the time, when it's so natural and so easy for you, it's easy to kind of take it for granted. And so, it's really cool to me that I love one of the comments somebody said is, this isn't a book you read, this is a book you do. And I love because I want it like real practical. So I made sure I didn't write it from a real esoteric space. I want it to be inspiring. I wanted to make sure people understood, like, if you're getting stuck, here's why. I love to teach about here's what's in your way and here's how to clear it and get out of the way. So it's really, it's like super, it's like special to me that I can hopefully help people through the book.
Yes. And I mean, just based on the title, I mean, love-based mission. I mean, that alone just tells me it's not a book that you're going to open up and read from page to page.
Right.
To me, it feels like it's a book that I can randomly just open and probably just start wherever the hell I randomly open to.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, which is the way I like to read books, which is really funny. I never very rarely read a book from the beginning to the end. I just randomly open and take it from there. I might be a little confused for a little bit, but then eventually I end up to where I have to go and what I need. So yeah, so I think your book's pretty damn amazing, and I'm looking forward to having it in my hand.
I sent it to you. You'll probably. I mailed it like on Monday, so you'll probably get it. I said 5 days, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, the mail service around here right now with the COVID, everything's a little delayed, but it's okay. I'll get it and I'll have it in my hand. So yeah, yes. So why do you think people get held back from their business, from their mission in this world? Why do you think people get held back in their mission?
Joanne, and I'm going to speak a lot. I know men have the same challenges, but I think women have a harder time in many ways, especially women over 40, because we are not trained to celebrate ourselves. We are trained to take care of people, and especially if we're moms, right? We very often default to, oh, but my kids need me, my partner would need me, my family needs me, and so in this book, you didn't tell them this, but I used to be a psychotherapist for 25 years. So I bring in a really extensive background of understanding psychology and how people get blocked. Mm-hmm. What happens a lot of time is that we bring, and I hate even to use the word, but codependency. We bring in a lot of, my needs aren't as important as your needs. Right?
Yeah.
As business owners, because, I work in the business space, but I do a lot of life coaching in that space. I feel like we don't own our value. We don't step up and say, no, this is mine to do and I have to do it. And that means I have to say no to you, disappoint you, let you down. I have to be the most important thing. Actually, the mission's the most important thing. It's not like a narcissistic or arrogance.
Yeah.
If you're like, I call it being like fierce for your mission.
That's a new book.
That's a new book. It's a new book. Yeah. Thank you. I have a podcast series coming out, Fiercely Brilliant. So I'm getting you there. But I feel like if you really stand behind it, you have to do so much work in the process. That's why it was a really good blend to have the therapist and business coach thing together, because what I know is when you want to expand your reach, when you want to raise your rates, when you want to just do more in the world, all the little mindset stuff, all the gremlins, all the limiting beliefs are going to come and like kick you in the head. And so that's what they do. Most people can't navigate that. So they play a little bit safe or small and stay kind of stuck. So that's.
Yes. And I want to let the viewers know, just from my own experience with working with you, because I've had the pleasure, the honor of participating in several of Theresa's programs that she's offered. And she is amazing. And she has definitely helped me come out of a lot of my fears regarding the number one was raising my rates and really owning my value. And since really doing the work with you, I've come to realize that, I am very valuable, with what I have and what I'm giving out to the world. And I needed to own that. And, you brought that to my attention and you helped me get to that place. So Theresa knows her shit. I hope we can curse on
today. My show, you can curse. So, of course, I'm happy to curse on her show, too.
Yes. So, she definitely knows her stuff. So if you are a woman out there who is struggling with trying to figure out, where you belong in your business and even like owning your mission in your business, Theresa's definitely the woman to connect with. So, yeah. So with that being said, what I'd like to ask you, not one of the questions you have given me, but in reference to what's going on in the world right now with the COVID-19. What have you learned about yourself in this experience?
Wow. I've learned even more that I have just to listen to what my body and what my energy wants. Because you'll hear all these people going, now's the perfect time to condo your house. Now you can redo your website. Now you can learn a second language. And I the first month, because my son was kind of stuck in Barcelona, and to get him home, then he was quarantined. So I had some like real world, holy shit, it could be my kid kind of moments, right?
Yeah.
And I'm an empath, so I feel all the stuff of the world anyway. And so I had to say, maybe I just got to lay around and watch reality shows. I don't have to be productive. And so I learned that I trust myself even more. And I also learned Tiger King was really a fun reality show to watch. But it's like how to, there's no right way to be. And the final decision maker always is my energy, my intuition. It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what the other kids are doing. I'm like, yeah, well, y'all knock it out. I'm just giving myself permission to heal my body and manage my energy. And so that's what I learned. And I also come from a place of giving. I wasn't inspired to create big launches, but as you know, I've been offering for my community like calm and comfort calls. Every couple of weeks, I'll just like connect my tribe and say, what's on your heart, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not selling anything. I'm not business coaching, but I'm just like, let's have a place where you can be witnessed. And so it's just, again, I learned that I can still contribute without trying to sell. So it's just, how can I serve? How can I contribute? And just get creative about what that is. So I just got to be more of me in this space, I think.
Awesome.
A couple pounds more, actually, because I'm not doing Pilates, but
I think that seems to be the problem from everybody lately, except for me, because I've been really physically active.
You rock it, girl. You rock it.
So my next thing for you to do for us is, for one, let the viewers know how they can get your book. How can they order it? Where is it?
Yeah. So it's on Amazon. Right now it's $4.99 for the Kindle and like $14.99 for the soft in the paperback version. If you like to take notes in it, go to Amazon.
Yeah.
Awesome. And also let the viewers know how they can reach you, because they're going to need you.
Skelly.com. But you know what's super fun? You can find me on Facebook on my personal page. I put all kind of cool stuff. But I have a Facebook group that I just love, love, love. You're a part of it. It's just search Fierce AF Women in Business. And you don't have to be a woman in business. But that's where I do a lot of my best sharing and supporting community. I love our Facebook group. There's a lot of really cool women in there. So find me on Facebook.
Awesome. And there should be a flyer up on the screen right now with all your information, so they can see that there too. But Theresa, I enjoyed having you here. 12 minutes goes really fast, as we can tell. It's like, well, yes. And I'm just going to have you, if you can, in one sentence, tell me, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Oh, sister, you're going to say, I had her on the show when she only had one book. So I'll have at least 5 books. I'll be speaking all over the world. I'll be on huge stages, and I'll have like all kinds of people that I'm supporting.
And I got chills with everything you just said, so it's happening. So yes. Thank you so much, Theresa, for being here and sharing. And I want to have you back on my show again down the road. So we're going to have to do this again.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye for now. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'll have another guest on. Thank you, Theresa.
Bye, darling.
Bye-bye. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
When you open yourself up to actual energy work, makes that recovery progress so much faster. That recovery is possible. You do not have to live as a victim until your last days. You have unbelievable strength, and I know that because you're still here. Do you want to create something completely unrecognizable with your life? I can show you how.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, remember to share, like, and comment. Now, I just had an amazing interview with one of my guests, Teresa Skelly, who is the author of Love-Based Mission, which is how to create a business that serves your soul. And hopefully you had a chance to listen to her. She's an amazing woman, and you can definitely connect with her, especially for those in business or not in business, because she can definitely help you with anything you need help with, as she's done for me. And I'm just waiting for my next guest to pop in, which hopefully she'll be here shortly. And meanwhile, until she is, I'll just be able to gab a little bit about what's going on in our world right now. As I mentioned earlier, we have one of our planets are in retrograde, which is Pluto, the planet of transformation and new beginnings. So we're in a really wild time. Now, the good thing about Pluto is that it's not really a very close planet, so we're not going to really feel it so much, but we are going to feel the transformations that's going on around us and within us. And that's where I come in to help you get grounded, get supported, and feel inspired through card reading. So if at any time you're feeling like you need a card reading, you need some inspiration, you have a question you need clarity for, all you need to do is reach out to me at healingwithin76@gmail.com, and I'll set up an appointment for you to connect with me, and we'll have a reading. This way here, you're not going to be sitting there with fog in your brain trying to figure out, well, what am I supposed to be doing and what's my next step? Sometimes no step is the next step. Sometimes just sitting, as Teresa said, sitting in just your silence and stillness is what we may very well need in this time right now. It may not be all about movement and everything else. So really honor yourself during this time of the quarantine, the COVID-19. So whatever your body is suggesting that you do during this time, take advantage of it. On the flip side of that, I'm going to contradict myself. Be in that space of stillness, but also give yourself permission to say, all right, I've been sitting on my ass long enough, so now I have to get motivated and do a little something. So try to find that balance between the two, so at the end of the day, you're not feeling as though, oh, I wasted my entire day. Or like a lot of my clients that I've been coaching in reference to my 1111's been saying they're afraid they're actually going to run out of time, where they keep putting off things, saying, okay, I want to do this when I have more time later, or, I don't want to do too many things because I may need more things to do and I don't want to run out of time. I don't think there's such a thing as running out of time, folks. But my suggestion would be turn around and whatever it is you want to do. So if you want to write that book, if you want to paint your apartment, if you want to do your toenails, whatever it is, do it. Take the time. Take this time that we have right now, that we all know we have, where you don't necessarily have to run out to the supermarket, because that too requires time. It's no longer about just walking in and doing your shopping and walking out. Now you have to stand on a line and wait to go in. This way here, they allow just a certain amount of people in the store at one time, which is for our safety. So be patient when you are waiting online. And if anything, bring something with you while you are waiting online, whether it be your headphones just to listen to music, or a book while you're standing. Make the time that you have very valuable, and appreciate the time that you have. So this way here, you're not kicking yourself at the end of the day saying, I should have done this, I should have done that. Because one of the things I want to do is I want to help you let go of the should haves. And being that we are sitting in this space right now, and I'm not sure what happened to my guest, I'm going to take advantage, and I'm just going to pull another card and see what happens. Hopefully she'll be popping in. I know she was really nervous about coming on. Hopefully she didn't forget about the time, or she has her time confused based on being in a different place than we are. I think she's in Arizona. So, interesting card to pop up here. It's all about communication, but it is in reverse. So it means that we are looking to communicate, but we're being told we're not allowed. No. We are allowed to communicate, folks. Let go of the resistance. You can communicate. Pick up the phone. Call that friend. Call that family member. Call your coworker, for that matter. Check in on people. Also, the other thing I'm hearing about communication is taking the time to sit quietly and have a connection with your higher self. Have a connection with the loved ones. This is a really great time and opportunity to transform into that, what I like to call connection with your spirit guides, and have that conversation. Sit quietly. This is your time to be in the stillness, to be quiet, where you're not rushing all over the place from one errand to the other or from one work project to the other. So open up lines of communication with your higher self, and of course open up line of communication with loved ones and the loved ones that are here on earth with you, and also coworkers, friends, family, siblings, whatever have you, or even your pets for that matter. Now, the chakra associated with this card is the heart center. It's pink, though. So the pink is really about how can you communicate with more love and joy behind it. Whereas when you do decide to have a conversation with a family member and you may be annoyed with them, rather than that conversation coming out with such rawness to it, find a way to have a nice conversation where it's more compassionate and more soft. Because if you learn how to talk, where you will learn how to speak with a softer tone, the person will actually listen to you more because your voice is lower. Whereas when we raise our voice, we tend to think that the person's going to hear us more. Once you raise your voice to a certain volume, people sound you out and they don't hear you. So really learn how to speak, learn how to communicate with a softer tone, because as you do with a softer tone, believe it or not, that's what's going to actually get the attention to the person you're looking to speak with. And the conversation will flow even nicer because there's no screaming involved. Because again, understand with each person's ear, some people have real sensitive hearing. So if you are speaking in what in your turn may be a low tone, but it's really high, to them, you might be screaming. And if you're screaming at them, they're going to feel a little resistance about that conversation because they're going to be wondering, why on earth are you screaming at me? Even though in your tone, that's the way you speak. So I'm inviting you to learn how to just take your tone down a notch and almost to a whisper, where now you're forcing them to listen. And now they're going to really be paying attention because they're being forced to listen. So that's a powerful lesson. And doing it with compassion and love. Now, your number here is 12. So the 12 energy is all about, the 1 is all about a new way of communicating. The 2 is the partnerships you're going to be communicating with, and equals to a 3 energy. The 3 is about how you're going to create a different way to communicate with someone, and also how you are communicating with different levels of volume. So you're not going to be screaming. You're going to bring your tone down so you can actually express yourself. And the other person you're listening to is going to be more likely to want to hear because your tone is softer. And you'll actually get more across to the person than if your voice is really loud. Because again, keeping in mind, especially those who are intuitive, empathic, they have very sensitive hearing. And if you are speaking loud, that pitch is even louder than what you're speaking because their ears are so sensitive. So take the tone down just a notch, and you'll be surprised on how all of a sudden you're going to gain the attention of your audience that you're speaking to, because now you're speaking in a much softer tone, and that's going to be so much easier on the ear itself. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to be introducing my other guest today. And I'm hoping my other guest that was supposed to be on is okay. And I'll have her come back. So we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Terry Skelly of TerriSkelly.com, and I work with high-achieving women who want to be even more powerful. My specialty is in the inner game and helping them really get to that place where they're living their brilliance and expressing their soul's work in the world. You can reach me at TerriSkelly.com or 602-369-0091. Bye now.
Do you struggle with anxiety, insomnia, or physical pain? Are you ready to release weight, gain confidence, and get stronger? Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, and cosmic energy reader, creator of the Body and Soul Transformation Program designed with you in mind. To learn more and to redeem your discovery session, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. Sessions are available via Zoom and on-site. I do look forward to helping you transform.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, remember to share, like, and comment. And also a reminder, we are on Roku, so you can have a marathon of Joanne's Healing Within whenever you like, except not now. Stay here with me. I like to introduce my amazing guest. My guest has been on my show a handful of times because I just can't get enough of her. She's got so much to share and offer to the whole world. I have here Dr. Terry Levine. She is the Chief Entrepreneur and Business Growth Strategist. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you today?
I'm great, and I appreciate you having me back and all the value that you just keep on creating. You're amazing.
Oh, well, it takes an amazing person to know an amazing person. So yes, right back at you. Yes, yes. So I want to dive right into it because you've been sharing these amazing live videos on Facebook on, I think, your page. And what is reverse marketing?
That's a great question. Most people do marketing at people. They're like, here's my product, here's my service. I call it like in-your-face marketing. And reverse marketing is giving people education and value. And then the reverse happens. They raise their hand and say, wow, I'm really interested. And that's how they end up buying products and services.
Nice. So it's not about going at them and saying, yeah, I have a service for you. You want to buy it?
No. And, unfortunately, that's what most people are doing with their social media, with their email campaigns. And the opposite is what we found to be true over the last literally 4 decades. It's just give people content, value, education, training, help, and serve. Don't be afraid to give away too much.
Aha, makes sense, makes sense. Now, what advice do you have for business owners regarding the COVID-19?
So the first thing I would say is look at what you can do to serve and help people. Even if you can't get into your physical office or you have a business that physically requires you to put hands on people, how can you shift? So just to give a couple of examples, I have a chiropractor that is now teaching at home how to do back exercises and stretching. And now he's getting paid for that. He did a lot of free education. Now he has people paying for that. I have a massage therapist who's teaching people a daily meditation and literally how to do self-massage. So look at what it is that you have, create some content and value, and think about, can I present that online? And in my experience, the answer is yes, if you're creative.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's surprising because those were like 2 things in my mind where I was saying, I have a few friends who are massage therapists and chiropractors. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, what are they doing and how are they surviving? And I'm glad that you just pointed that out because, as a business owner myself, the first thing we think of is, oh my God, like, how can I not going to be able to open my doors and how am I going to survive and how am I going to be able to keep my roof, so to speak, over my head here in my business? The
best question you can ask yourself, in my experience, is, and that's where most people go into the sort of the fear.
Yes.
My favorite coaching question that I share with my clients is, what is it I actually can do? Versus looking at what we can't. And that's how we become creative. I even have a dermatologist that I just took online. She made $11,000 in like 7 or 8 days and was making 0 because she felt what dermatology can only be done face to face. So what is it I can do? That's a question to write down.
That's a good question. That's a real good question. And it's interesting because for me, what I'm finding with this is I have less resistance now in regards about the whole process of selling, which is making it easier for me to sell.
That's very interesting. I find many people saying that. And I will also say people are buying. Yes. It's not like people are not buying. So, a lot of my programs and products, people have continued to buy without us even selling. We're just giving value. And that's what happens. You just have to get your own business owner, entrepreneur mindset correct. What can I do? How can I help and serve? And get a little creative.
Yes, yes. Now, there's something in reference to your Facebook Lives that you've been saying. And I know what it means, but I want a better interpretation in regards to staying in your lane. What exactly does that mean?
Yeah, that was a good pickup. So what I noticed is all these different people trying to do trainings and things that they're not skilled at. So for an example, someone who teaches people maybe how to sell or how to do a pitch, all of a sudden is this business strategist, and they never were before. Somebody else that barely has been virtual and has a very small following, all of a sudden is going to show everyone how to become virtual and have a big following. Don't change what you do. Just stay in your lane. I do one thing. I'm a business consulting person. That's all I do. So I could go teach 50 other things, and I have a PhD in clinical psychology, and I can help with mindset. No, I stay in my lane, and that doesn't confuse people. And really, that's the way to authentically do business as a entrepreneur.
Interesting. I love it. Thank you for giving a more interpretation on that. Because in my head, I'm like, okay, am I staying in my lane?
Yes, I watch you on social media, and I watch your show. You're in your lane for sure.
Okay, good to know. I'm glad I got confirmation, because I just wanted to make sure I'm in my lane. Yes. So now my question to you, with all that's been going on with the COVID-19, what have you learned about yourself in the situation?
That's such a good question. So what I learned from myself is that I don't focus on myself. And what I mean by that is, we could all go to the woe is me, income, shut in, pity party. And instead I look outside myself and I say, what can I do for other people? How can I help? How can I serve? How can I contribute? And then I'll just share something briefly. I saw so many people talking about, especially last week, I need a haircut and I need this. And I'm like, we're acting like have the worst situation on the world. I went back to a very old book that I read as a teenager, The Diary of Anne Frank.
I actually read that too. Yes.
Really? Okay. I'm like, okay, come on, listen. This girl had a much worse situation, barely able to speak or move in a very confined area, scared to death of her life being taken in any minute. And she did it for 2 years? Let's not complain about our hair and the fact that you're missing whoever, whatever. And that's what I learned from myself, is don't make it about me. Go outside of myself and help and serve. And when you're not focused on yourself, there's no pity party.
I hear that. And that's why you're doing what you're doing, because you are reaching out to others and helping others do what do what they are struggling on doing.
Exactly.
Which makes you who you are and why you're so special.
Thank you. The more that I just show up and do what my heart says to do, which is serve and give content away without any law of reciprocity. Oh, so people will buy. I'm just doing it to do it. And people do buy, but it's certainly not my motive.
Yes. Now, you've been doing what you're doing for how long? Because you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, so I've been doing the online coaching and consulting for about 26 years, and I've been doing business consulting off and on for 43 years.
Nice. And now here goes my big question for you. Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Oh, I love that question. Give me goosebumps. I see myself actually staying in my lane, doing what I do just the way I do it. And the one change that I would like to have happen is I literally would like to have another 10 to 50,000 people in the Heartrepreneur cause, really doing business with reverse marketing, just showing up to serve, to help, to be authentic, transparent, and in integrity, and really to disrupt the way business is being done today.
Nice. And I'm sure that's going to happen.
Me too.
Because it's you. It's going to happen. It has to happen.
It's important to me. It's really big for me.
Yes. And I'm loving the fact that we're all setting goals. We're all recognizing that, there is going to be a tomorrow, and, we're not going to be in this situation forever. And even if we are in this new normal, we still have to move forward.
Exactly. And I think that's really important, what you just said. Every day I do ask myself this self-coaching question, what can I do today to move forward instead of sitting and wallowing in where I might be right now? That's a great question.
Exactly. Now, what I'd like you to do is just let the viewers know how they can reach you.
The best way is to either go to heartrepreneur.com, which is my website. And the second best way is to connect in our Facebook group, which is Heartrepreneurs with Terry Levine. And I do a ton of live training. And as soon as you go in, you not only get a gift, but in the document section. There's all my stuff that I used to sell for that I'm just giving away right now.
Awesome. Awesome. And would you mind if I give you a quick reading?
Oh, I was hoping you would ask. Yes, I would love one. Thank you.
I wasn't sure if I would have time, but we have a few minutes before I jump into a commercial that I can.
All right.
All right. So interesting enough, your card's in reverse. Okay. Yes, I know.
Just a moment.
Yes, it's in reverse, but it's also about the solar plexus, and the affirmation is creativity. So when we hear about the word reverse, it's also two things. One, it's really important for you to hear this. And two, even though the reverse portion of it is about resistance, I don't think there's actually resistance. I think it's just really important for you to hear this. And what the message here is your creativity, expanding it and just keep putting it out there as you are and doing it as authentically as you continue to do it. You know, and the yellow is all about really trusting your process that you're on, trusting your journey, and know that you are, which I believe you know this already, know that you are living in abundance of beyond abundance. It's like it just constantly just flows out of you. It's like when you cry, the tears are even abundance.
Wow. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And your number here is 66. So the 6 energy is all about the work that you are doing. You are helping people heal, but not just heal in reference to the human perspective and the ego, but even heal on a higher level. So it's helping them to heal into their higher self. And because this is a master number, it does serve their higher self. And it also is when we break down the 6-6, it's a 12, which is actually a 3, which works into what it is you are creating and what it is you are communicating. And I think you're doing both of them extremely well. What you are creating, you are communicating. So does that resonate with you?
It's so affirming. I can't even tell you, so affirming. I mean, every part of it and even the color. So yes, thank you.
Yes. Thank you. And again, just let them know how they can reach you one more time before we go to commercial break.
Sure. So heartrepreneur.com or my Facebook group, Heartrepreneurs with Terry Levine. That will create massive value.
Thank you so much, Terry, for being here. I appreciate you. I love you. And we're going to get you back on at least another dozen more times.
I look forward to it. Thank you so much.
You have a safe day and be well.
You too. Bye now.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'll give the conclusion for today's show. We'll be right back.
When you open yourself up to actual energy work, makes that recovery progress so much faster. That recovery is possible. You do not have to live as a victim until your last days. You have unbelievable strength, and I know that because you're still here. Do you want to create something completely unrecognizable with your life? I can show you how.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, remember to share, like, and comment, and know that we are on Roku. Now, I had 2 amazing guests today. We're supposed to have 3. I'll find out what happened to my 3rd one and get her on the show as soon as we can. And I'd like to remind you, for those of you who are interested in being a guest on my show, feel free to send your bio and story to healingwithin76@gmail.com. And also for those of you who are interested in getting a reading, send your information again to healingwithin76@gmail.com. I also like to remind you that I am offering remote classes Monday through Thursday. The time frames are different. You can go right over to my website, holisticwithawfitnessny.com, to sign up for those classes. And starting tonight, I will be offering free online readings at 8 p.m., probably for an hour. So come join me on my Facebook page, Jab Barry, and get yourself a free reading. With all that being said, I wish you all a well week. I look forward to connecting with every one of you next Sunday. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay active, but remember to be still so you can listen to all your spirit guides on the messages they have for you. I wish you all a great week. Until next week, have a great one. Bye-bye for now.